So we're talking to Jon Gomm. Now, for the benefit of people that maybe haven't come across your work before, could you just give us a brief introduction into what it is you do, please?
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I perform solo, so it's just me and an acoustic guitar. And what I'm probably most famous for is my needlessly flashy guitar playing, which involves just getting every sound that I possibly can from one acoustic guitar and making lots and lots of noise that most singer-songwriters don't really make. So that's probably the best way to describe it.
Brilliant. And so how did you get into this in the first place? What first got you into music?
Oh, I don't remember. I've always been a musician. I've never had a proper job or anything. And I started playing guitar when I was about 4. I actually got my first guitar when I was 2. It's all I ever wanted to do, so I don't really know how I got into it. I've always been into it, so yeah, there's no particular reason.
Right. Okay. So you're playing in Stanley Park in Blackpool on Sunday. So people coming along to see, what can they look forward to seeing?
Well, last year when I did the same gig on the bandstand by the lake, it's absolutely fantastic environment to perform a gig and to watch a gig as well. It's as long as the weather's good, then it's going to be really, really great atmosphere and really, really good concert, hopefully. And the best way to find out what to expect is probably to check me out online, probably to take a look on YouTube and see what you think. And then it's always at least 50% better in the flesh as well. So, yeah, that's probably the best way to find out what to expect.
Right, okay. And you write your own material. Do you do covers as well?
I do sling in the odd cover, although they're very much in my idiom rather than me just copying somebody else's stuff. But yeah, I do a few covers. There's a couple that I'm probably best known for doing. One of them's High and Dry by Radiohead, which is probably still my most requested song. I've been playing that for about 9 years. Mm-hmm. God. And it's probably still my most requested song. But thankfully, some of my own songs get requested pretty much just as much these days as well. Yeah, but I sling in the odd cover, but they can be anything from pop stuff to blues to heavy metal tunes. Whatever I feel like at the time, whatever the audience seems to require.
Brilliant. Okay, so when you're writing your own material, how do you do that? Do you get the music first? Do you get the words first? Does it all come together?
Completely. It can be any way, really. I mean, if you get an idea, you don't know what the idea is going to be. So it doesn't really work that way. Or it shouldn't for anybody really. That you sit down and you write. You can't really just sit down and go, right, I'm going to write a song now. And most people I know don't do that. Normally, you get ideas out of the blue, or something will inspire you, or you'll think of something, and then you'll get a vague idea which will sit in your mind for, it could be 10 minutes, or it could be a few days, or it could be a year. And then that little idea will eventually blossom into something. And that can be a musical idea, or it can be a lyrical idea. So it doesn't really work like that. But the difference between me and most of the songwriters is that I have 2 stages, which is one is I write the song, and then the other is that I work out the guitar part, which is entirely separate. So once I've worked out the guitar part, that's when the song can really come to life for me, because the guitar parts are so kind of crazy and complicated. Right. Yeah, that's my approach, really.
Fascinating, great. So we're looking forward to seeing you in Blackpool. Just remind us when it is and where it is.
It is on... So this is why I have a manager. It's Sunday, the 7th of August. I'm on stage at 2 p.m. sharp, so I'd recommend getting there, a little bit before that. And it's on the bandstand, just overlooking the lake. We might get interrupted by geese. Last year, it coincided with some kind of aeronautical display, and we had a flyover right at the end, just as I finished the last song, from a Lancaster bomber. But I can't promise that this year. I can't. I can only really make that happen once